Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The meeting shall start now. Here's a couple of things to take note. This is regarding PDPA for Toastmasters International. So as we all know, when we attend an online meeting, we automatically agree to the privacy policy of Toastmasters International and the unassociated remote hosting service such as Zoom. Therefore, you also agree that your personal information in this meeting that you display, such as your name, image, and any shared messages inside the chat box may be shared with other meeting participants and it will be recorded, but you will not post the recorded session on Facebook because of privacy. Your remote attendance hereby discharges Toastmasters International and Toastmasters Club from all liabilities should this recording be used, let's say, for like defamation and such. So here are the housekeeping rules. For those attending this meeting online, please have your video switched on if possible throughout the meeting so that we can interact with one another. And please keep your speaker on mute when you're not speaking. For guests, you are encouraged to partake in the table topic session where you are given the opportunity to give an impromptu speech. This meeting will also be recorded for archive purposes. Now I would like to pass the stage to President Min Kang for his opening address. Over to you.
Don't clap for me. I forgot to share my screen. Sharing my screen, give me a minute. Okay. Right. Want to check if the online participants can hear us? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Toastmaster meeting. Today is the last meeting of this year, 2022. And yeah, last meeting. I understand that most of us have the assignments. This place like full of assignments, full of submissions, full of exams, full of tutorials. I'm glad to see that I can see that some of you are already here joining us, and some of you are online, 16 participants. Thank you again for joining us in the middle. In the middle of these busy hours. Now, today's theme is Naughty and Nice List. It's also correspondence to the Christmas theme that we're having Christmas next week. So this theme, Naughty and Nice List, with the word of the day charity is gonna remind us that this December is the month of giving. So I'd like to ask anyone from the floor or online, what kind of things you were giving or have you been giving or you gave to others during this month? Anyone?
If my time.
Most of you give your time to what? Toastmasters? Joshua? What? iPad cover the 𝐿𝐴𝐴. I use an iPad. Where's my cover? Right, just kidding. Anyone from online? What have you been giving? Lego. Trying to give my heart, but no other ones. Okay.
But he wants your heart. So sorry for you, Min Kang. Actually, what I'm doing is I'm doing a little early Christmas lunch for an orphanage on Thursday.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm also giving my free tuitions to those who are unfortunate. So I think as a person studying in university, it's my responsibility to share knowledge to others, especially to those who don't get the chance to study in such a privileged university. Some also couldn't get tuitions or get to a good school in their rural areas. So what I did was I've been joining a free tuition program that spend my 2.5 hours per week to teach those students, primary school, secondary school, who are unfortunate, who don't have a good family, complete families, and who don't receive good education. So I think in this December, although it's gonna end, we have half of December left. Try to think of some things that you can give to the society. Right, free tuitions, free service, cleaning service, volunteerism, community service. These are the things that we are usually forced to do to get grades or to get some achievements. But I think for the month of December, it's what we can do for ourselves, right? I also to thank you two role players from the other clubs coming to support us. First, thank you Danish from Malacca Toastmaster Club as the general evaluator. And I'd like to also thank distinguished Toastmasters Jasni from USJ Toastmaster Club as speech evaluator. Thank you so much for coming. I just want to give introductions. May I ask Danish to give a short 1 or 2 sentence introductions?
All right, sound check 1, 2, 3. Am I audible?
Yeah.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Danish Akhtar, and I'll be your general evaluator for tonight. I'll dive into the role of general evaluator later on during the introduction of role players. I'm from Malacca Toastmasters Club and Malacca Bilingual Advanced Toastmasters Club, currently serving as District 102 Division A, Area A2 Director. Let me phrase it again. Currently serving as Area A2 Director of Division A in District 102. Overall, looking forward to a wonderful meeting tonight. As Minkang said, tonight is the theme is a naughty and nice list. And of course, especially next year with the currency increasing, everything is going to be inflation on the rise. Let's do our part and give some charity to everyone. Charity, not just in the form of monetary funds, however, charity in also, like we can say, give free tuition or give something to the underprivileged. With that, that's all from me. Back to you.
Thank you. And let's welcome Sajni to introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sajni. My home club is USJ Toastmasters Club. I belong to another 2 clubs. One is in District 80, that is Singapore. It's World Travelers Club, which is an online club. And the second and the third club is Casting Hills. Well, I'm here to make everyone happy, and hopefully I can put a smile on your face. That's my contribution in terms of charity this evening to all of you. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you so much. And I hope today is going to be a fun one, especially for table topic sessions, right? Naughty and nice list. And I hope all of you can gain something to enjoy yourself from these 2-hour sessions. With that, I would like to call this meeting into order. And let's welcome our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster 𝐶zhun, on stage. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm 𝐶zhun, the Toastmaster of the evening. My role is to host today's meeting. First, I would like to give a history lesson of Toastmaster International. Toastmaster International is formed by Dr. Ralph Smedley as his effort to train the men in speaking and conducting meetings. First meeting was held in California, US, and the organization has slowly expanded internationally. Today, there are over 282,000 members in 147,000 Toastmaster Club over 144 countries. UN Toastmaster Club is part of Toastmaster International that has been operating since 2007. First meeting was held at Faculty of Language and Linguistics, and it has produced graduates with good public speaking, communication, and leadership skills. Today's meeting will be classified into 3 parts, which is table topics, prepared speech, and evaluation. Table topic session allows guests and members practice impromptu speaking and thinking. In prepared speech session, club members attend pathways, projects, and present to members and guests. While in evaluation, speakers get constructive feedback by evaluators and technical role players. Now, I'm going to introduce 4 role players who will help everyone to improve. First, let's invite our grammarian, Jeffrey, to introduce his role.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Jeffrey. I am today's meeting grammarian, and my role is to listen closely in terms of the use of grammar by each speaker. I will also acknowledge any quotes, sayings, analogies and such, and also will comment on any improper use of grammar. So for today's meeting, the word of the day is charity, which means providing help to someone in need without expecting anything in return. So we are actually encouraged to use the word of the day as often as possible. And that's all from me. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Next, let's invite our 𝐏𝐞𝐫𝐬𝐢, Nur Hasina, to introduce her role.
Okay, it's my first time speaking here. So, greeting Mr. and Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster and guests. The purpose of our counter is to note the words and sounds that are used as crutch or pulse filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen to overused words, including annual, but so, and I will listen to filler sounds including and I will also note when speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used this expression. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Hasina. Third, let's invite our timer, 𝐬𝐽, to introduce his role.
Thank you, Toastmaster 𝐿𝐽. Okay, so hi, my name is 𝐬𝐽 and I'm the timer for today's meeting. As timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left, using the green, yellow, and red lights, which denote specific times remaining. So if you heard a bell ring, means that you have to stop your speech. Yeah, so that's all from me. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, 𝐬𝐽. Lastly, let's invite the general evaluator, Danish, to introduce his role. Danish.
Yep, I'm here. All right. Good evening once again, everyone. And why do I hear someone eating in the background? Never mind, it's okay. It's Christmas, so no worries. All right. Now, as you all know, I'm the general evaluator for tonight. I've given a brief introduction of myself. Now, the purpose of my role, the general evaluator, is I will evaluate everything that takes place during the club meeting and provide my findings of my report at the end, during my session. With that, that's all. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening. Looking forward to tonight.
Thank you, Danish. With that, let's begin our first session, table topics, and I shall pass the stage to table topic master, 𝐬𝐿. At the same time, 𝐬𝐿 is also doing his level 3 project, active listening. Let's invite his evaluator, Iktifar Rafi, to read out the purpose statement.
Hello, hi. So the purpose of this project is for the member to demonstrate his ability to listen to what people say. So for this project, right, I'll be passing his feedback form offline due to time constraint. Back to you.
Next, let's invite the general evaluator, Danish, to read out the notes for evaluator.
All right. Now, the notes for the evaluator. Now, to the evaluator, this member is completing this project in practicing active listening. During the meeting today, he or she is leading the table topic session. Listen for a well-run table topic session. As topic master, the member should make short, affirming statements after each speaker completes an impromptu speech. indicating he or she heard and understood each speaker. For example, the member may say, "Thank you, Toastmaster Smith, for your comments on visiting the beach," so on and so forth. It sounds that you really appreciate how much your dog loves to play in the water. The goal is for the member to clearly show that he or she listened and can use some of the active listening skills discussed in the project. The member completing the project is the only person, is the only person who needs to show active listening. The member should not try to teach or have others demonstrate active listening skills. The member should follow all established protocols for a table topic session. With that, that's all. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Danish. So let's begin our first session with topics. And I pass to the stage to our table topic master, Yong-Shen. Yong-Shen, the stage is yours.
Hi everyone, my name is Yong-Shen and I will host the table topic session for today. Table topics is a 1 to 2 minute impromptu speech. After volunteering yourself, you will receive a topic from me and you will be given time to think. Timer starts at the first uttered word and green light is shown at 1 minute. Yellow light is shown on 1.5 minutes and a red light will be shown on 2 minutes. The speaker who speaks more than 2.5 minutes is considered overtime. This session is open for members and guests. A poll will be launched at the end of the session to vote for the best table topic speaker and the winner gets a ribbon. For today, our theme will be naughty and nice list. So there will be 2 sessions for table topic. There's like 2 sessions. One is for the naughty and one is for the nice. So it will be a lottery and I will pick it at random for the topics. You get to choose whether you want to choose the naughty or the nice one. Okay.
Minkang, you go lah.
Okay. For the first person table topic volunteer, it will be 𝐿𝐞𝐫𝐬𝐢. So 𝐿𝐞𝐫𝐬𝐢, which one will you choose, the naughty or the nice list?
I will choose the naughty.
Congratulations, 𝐿𝐞𝐫𝐬𝐢, you have chosen the naughty one. I will be choosing for you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Minkang has been a naughty boy. So I will continue. Sorry. I will continue for your topic will be, should Christmas tree be authentic or artificial? Which is better for the environment? Okay, I'll repeat again. Should Christmas tree be authentic or artificial? Which is better for the environment? Hello. Okay, now I can hear your voice.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think this topic is about the Christmas tree should be authentic or artificial, and it also gives us the option that which one is better for the environment. Yeah, obviously for me I would say that artificial. As you say that authentic, you have to cut down the trees, you have to transport it everywhere from one place to another place. Wow, artificial. Okay, you must sure that you use plastic, but the cost to make the artificial Christmas tree is lower than the authentic Christmas trees. And in conjunction that artificial Christmas tree is not one-time use. It can be reusable. While authentic one, yeah, because it's real one. It might be used for the next years, and that you have to cut down more trees again. But artificial will not do that. Furthermore, I had just talked about transportation. Authentic Christmas tree is only located in specific area because there's not every area can plant those trees. While artificial, they can be produced anywhere in the world, so that in conjunction with the transport, with those pollutions, footprint, artificial will be more convenient and better for the environment. So for me, I'll just say that artificial is better than for the environment than the authentic one. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster 𝐿. As you mentioned, artificial is not a one-time use, and it can be used for multiple sessions, multiple Christmas celebration. And also, you mentioned about transportation, which will help reduce the pollution. Thank you for your knowledge of environment, and thank you for sharing. So I'd like to pass on the second table topic to Toastmaster Hasnina. Oh, you can. Okay, so for Hasnina, she chose the nice one. Okay. You can keep it. Okay. So for Hasnina, her topic will be the gift that keeps on giving. Keeps on giving. Yeah.
I actually don't understand that. No. Is it indicates that I'm giving it?
No, it's technically an idiom for the positive things that you have experienced in your life.
Okay. Or this is an idiom. Okay. Can I speak?
Yes.
Okay. So it was an idiom actually. I don't know it was an idiom. So the topic that was given to me was the gift that keeps on giving, continuous positive consequence that you have experienced. I don't know whether this is okay for everybody or not, but I find that maybe positive consequence is failures in life. Like we keep failing every single day. It's not perfect every single day, but you keep trying, and it's a good thing that God has given you, that even though it's a fail, not fail or like you didn't do it perfectly, but it's a in a way, like even though people find it negative, but it's a positive consequence that happens every day, that you keep telling yourself that you should keep going and do your best every single day to be a better person. That's the only thing that I can think for this phrase. I mean, the sentence that was given to me. That's all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hasnina, for your topic about the gifts that keeps on giving, which I find that your topic, you're sharing about your failures, and every failures have good can help you learn about new stuff. So that's why I believe that you are very you shared a very good knowledge to us about failing, and it helps us success in the future. Okay. For the third table topics speaker, I would like to invite 𝐵𝐻𝐵. Toastmaster 𝐿𝐿. Nice. Nice. Okay. Yeah, nice. So,
Wow, very nice.
yeah,
Very nice.
the new year comes after Christmas. So what are your New Year resolutions? The new year comes after Christmas. So what are your New Year resolutions?
So the first, my New Year's resolution is to get my cert, get my IFOA, which the Institute of Actuaries. Wait, sorry. Because since I'm an actuarial science student, right? So it's important for me to get a cert in order to find a better job with higher salary. So I will starting to study and try to take the cert, get as many cert as I can, and to get the exemption given by the University of Malaya. Second, my New Year resolution. Maybe it's to find a boyfriend. Yeah, because I see my friends, many of them have boyfriend, and since I come to university, right, and want to try to start on a relationship. Yeah. And the third is to find the things I like. Maybe besides boyfriend, maybe I will find like I want to try marathon. Maybe try for the half marathon, 31 kilometers. The next year, PBIM, Penang Beach International Marathon. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster 𝐿𝐿, for your topic about your New Year resolutions. As you said, your first resolution of the year would be getting a certificate for your actual science qualification to get a better job opportunity in the future. And for your second one, which is your relationship, I find that very admiring. And for the third one is to get, for the third one is, also make friends. Oh yeah, make friends with everyone. Sorry. Okay, let's continue with the fourth table topic speaker, which is Dave. So Dave, are you gonna choose the naughty one or the nice one?
Can I choose the nice one?
By the way, for your information, I prepared 4 naughty and 4 nice. So right now there's two more left with Dave. Taking one more, there'll be one more. So it's limited. Thank you. Dave, for your topic, which is Christmas miracle, do you believe in luck or everything is down to your own hard work?
I think this is a very good question. Whether it's based on the hard work or based on the luck, right? Based on my understanding, it depends on the nature of the scenario, whether the things is based on luck or hard work. If let's say if you're gonna strike a toto, then I think it's based on luck. If let's say if you want to get a achievements, if you want to get a better result for your examinations, or whether you want to be successful for your endeavors, for example, like business or in your career, I think you need a little bit of hard work, based on my opinion. I heard the lady said that she want to get and obtain as many cert as possible, right? I think this is a very good idea because considering the competitive workplace today, so I think this is something we need hard work to get a lot of certificates and also skill to fit ourselves in the workplaces today. And if luck, let me think about what kind of things that we need luck. Well, based on my experience, most of the achievements I can think of really need hard work. I think sometimes we really need a little bit of luck. So, but I think hard work maybe more than 70 or 80%, based on my understanding. Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dave, for your comments. And I find that when you said 70 to 80% of hard work, 20 to 30% luck is key for our success. And thank you for your sharing.
This one is actually based on the statistic because I did a research before. I mean that the research is from various countries. So they did the research on the achievement by the celebrities and some successful people, right? So, and then they found out it's about 70 or 80%. I know there was a quote saying like 90% hard work and 10% of luck or something. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dave, for your sharing. Next, I would like to continue with Toastmaster Jeffrey. Toastmaster Jeffrey, would you like to choose the naughty or the nice? One more.
Naughty one.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Jeffrey. If Santa came with a cross, what would that cross be? If Santa came with a cross, what would that cross be? Very hard. Very naughty.
Okay, I took note of that. Let me think. If Santa came with a clause, what that clause will be? All right. The only thing I know of clause is lawyer stuff because my father is a lawyer. So every day he always talk about clause, clause, clause. Then the only thing I know is Santa Claus. So one day I asked him, what is clause? Then he told me, go and find out yourself. Then I thank him, wow, thank you very much, sir. I love you. Happy Father's Day. Then the next day, I tried to find what's the meaning of clause. I mean, as an accounting student, I think clause is something related to a law, something small and short. I'm not sure what's that, but it's something small. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because it's not relevant to my field of study. But what I know is that there's no such thing as Santa Claus. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jeffrey, for your sharing, your interesting sharing about Santa Claus that is not real. And then clause is something that your father said you have to go find it out for yourself. Okay, I would like to continue the next. I would like to continue. Yankee not here. Oh, Yankee not here. Okay, time's up. So I would like to conclude the end of this table topic. Or Min Kang will be our extra volunteer. Okay.
Min Kang.
Nice one,
nice here. That's what it says.
Naughty, naughty. Is that naughty?
Yeah, naughty.
People choose nice one. Okay, I cannot choose the nice one.
Oh, this one. The commercialization of Christmas.
Maybe I regret. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, my topic is the commercializations of Christmas. First thing came to my mind looking at this topic is the one that I'm wearing. Like this thing can be produced all year long, but it only got sold in Christmas. And it forced people to buy it because of the costume. I think that this sentence is exactly correct, commercializations of Christmas. Not only Christmas, you also have other events being commercialized. For example, the mooncake festival. I'm sure that the mooncake can be produced like every day. No problem. You don't need to have mooncake festival to produce mooncake. And this is one way of commercializing a festival. You sell mooncake during festival so that people buy it exclusive. You sell this thing during Christmas and so that people buy it for an extra price to get costume. Other things I would think Christmas commercialized is the sales, the extra promotions. Promotions to me is not something new. Since I found out that the Lazada and Shopee, all those online shopping complex, the shopping platform has got promotions basically every month. I even see promotions being that you increase the price, right? Then you have promotions to sell it at the original price to give people a sense of, look at that, promotions. I would like to give myself a challenge, maybe target a product, take note of the price all year long. Let us see if during Christmas festival or other festival, you do get promotions of that product, or it's just an overpriced thing discounted, right? So that's my challenge to myself, and I strongly believe in this concept. Thank you so much. Back to the table topic master. Yeah, I don't mind.
Thank you, Toastmaster Minkang, for your sharing about the commercialization of Christmas. When you said you want to challenge yourself to find an item and compare it during seasons and during Christmas or Chinese New Year, you want to see whether it is something that's overpriced or something that's overpriced with discount or something with that is just a bargain deal. So thank you, Toastmaster Minkang. As for today, I'd like to conclude the end of the table topic session. Thank you.
So now we still have how many? Can break how many minutes? Okay, now we shall have. Wait. Take photo first. Take photos first. Let's take a group photo before we go for a break. For online participants, please switch on the camera, and for the physical participants, please come forward. And I'll pass it to the Zoom master.
I think please, everyone please come forward.
Okay, for the online participants, you can look at the camera. Cheese in 1, 2, 3. Cheese. All right.
Okay, for the physical one, 3, 2, 1. One more. Let's have a funny one. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you.
So we shall have 5 minutes of break. So the meeting shall resume at 8:45. 8:45 p.m.
Hi, Patty. Hi, Thank you for coming.
Hi everyone, how's the day going? Online participants, how's everything? Danish,
Good.
thanks for coming. Wow,
No worries.
getting
Good to
GE
help.
nowadays is not easy. I don't know why.
Orang malas nak cakap, that's why.
And Sachni, thanks for joining us today. Hello.
How are you doing, Yu-Ming? Since that your sickness is getting better. Oh, the microphone is there.
Like one thing is watching.
Yu-Ming, just want to ask how's your sickness recovering? Now you're feeling unwell like these few days.
Now I feel much better lah. To take enough rest nowadays.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
You see, like me, I already, one thing last night was so tiring, the game. Having to stay in campus until Sunday, until like 2 AM in the morning is another question. But actually, I just came back from campus. I've been involved in this project, which is the air conditioning replacement project. So you can see, I tell you, it's like so tiring. The difference between campus and normal your house, anytime you can do one. The campus, especially this one, is a 24-hour venue.
24-hour venue? What the heck is that?
We call it learning point. It's like, you want to do your study like that. It's like if the library closed, you got this place to study like that. Anjong, Yumu, something like that.
Oh.
So it's like, if being a 24-hour venue, unlike the other venue, you cannot install the aircon in the morning.
Also, why?
There's a lot of people. You must install at night, and it can only be done after 11 AM and 11 PM at night. So like last week I stayed in because I had to look after it. So last week but I'm glad they finally replaced the aircon. It's been usually you see this is TM is under government linked company. So I don't, maybe also the same thing. I'm not too sure. The AC had broken down for 2 years, only now replaced. Finally.
Finally. I didn't catch up with you earlier. So why were you involved in this?
Well, first of all, student representative staff lah. So we all in charge of that.
So your midnight is your
serious one.
Someone need to monitor the job because this thing is they want to do at night, no one there to look. So someone need to be there.
Camera one might a bit distorted. Yeah, because I'm using 2 microphones. So yeah, so sorry. I should have.
I mean, okay lah. I told them I discussed with them the contract. I say like you put the horsepower last time. Put one room so big, 2.5 horsepower. Where got enough? So I say all take 4 horsepower unit, 3.5 for another room. So all together we buy 10 lah. Yeah.
I see. Okay, most important thing is over.
Yeah, hopefully.
Most important thing.
Jeffrey, I think time is up.
All right, everyone. The break time is over. Now I will pass the control to the Toastmaster of the evening.
We are now in the project space.
Wait, I can't hear the camera one. Sorry, I can't hear.
I can't hear it clearly from the online side.
Now can?
Yeah.
Much better.
Much better, okay. We are now in the project speech session. In this session, club members attend projects, craft in Toastmaster Pathways program and present to us. Pathways Learning Experience is the educational program crafted by Toastmaster International to allow members develop 5 core capacities, including public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategy leadership, management, and confidence. With 11 specialized paths to choose from, members can achieve different goals based on what their goals in Toastmasters are. Today, we will witness a total of 4 members presenting speeches. Our first speaker, Yi-Jin, is doing level 1, writing a speech with purpose. For every speaker, the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer shows green and at 5 minutes, yellow at 6 minutes, and red at 7 minutes. The speaker is considered overtime our 7.5 minutes. Without any doubt, I would like to invite her evaluator, Min-Kang, to read the purpose statement.
Good evening, everyone. To Speaker Yi-Jin, the project is for you to persuade the audience against comparing themselves to others for achieving happiness through your own life experience and examples. Right, so the purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. I believe the second one is the most correct one. Yeah, purpose project statement. Right, thank you.
Now I would like to invite the general evaluator, Danish, to read the notes for the evaluator.
Sound check 1, 2, 3. I believe I'm audible. Okay, now to the evaluator. The purpose of this project is for the member to persuade notes for the evaluator. Now to the evaluator, the member completing this project is working to write a speech with purpose. The speech they create must be well written and clearly focused. Their goal is to meet their express purpose statement with a well-executed speech. With that, back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you, Danish. Let's welcome Yi-Jin presenting persistent bullies should be expelled from secondary school. Persistent bullies should be expelled from secondary school. Yi-Jin, good luck. Laptop. Yeah, let me share my screen. Yeah lah. Wait, am I audible?
Yes, yes. You're audible.
Okay. Do you feel safe at school? Feeling safe at school is crucial, and bullying completely destroys that sense of safety. Have you ever experienced bullying in school? Months ago, I came across to this heart-wrenching bullying news. June 2022, 10 teenagers were detained and remanded for 4 days due to the involvement in a bullying that took place in a boarding school at Teluk Intan, Perak. Initial findings shows that the victim was bullied, beaten, and suffered from hot iron at midnight. So, I'm not saying that, first and foremost, I would like to elucidate that it is persistent bullies that should be expelled. I'm not saying that the bullies should be expelled right away after they are caught. I understand that those bullying others are also the ones that have issues in communicating, and I believe that they should be given help and a second opportunity. If bullying happens again, even after they are offered some kind of help, such as personal counseling, expulsion should be done. In my opinion, I strongly agree that persistent bullies
should be expelled in secondary school. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you the 3 main reasons why I think so. To begin with, bullying are harmful and might cause damage to the others around them. From the survey carried out, 96.4% of the respondents agree that school bullying is a problem in our community. Why? Most of the bullies can be too harsh sometimes, especially the youngsters. If they are not corrected when they are young, it might lead to domestic violence one day in the future. According to the bullying statistics, children who are being bullied will begin to see abusing relationship as normal, and they will eventually change their own self-image. Not only that, bullying might result in problems in one's mental health. Research suggests that children and youth that are being bullied are more likely to suffer from depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. Bullies are also facing higher risk to be involved in more intense antisocial activities. Bystanders may also experience mental health problems, no matter they help up with the bullies or the one being bullied. Moving on to the second point, counseling and providing the right direction to bullies will not always work all the time due to the lack of proficiency and resource of the school counselors. This is proven by the survey carried out, as a majority of the respondents normally tend to speak to their parents or their peers when they face problems in school, rather than finding the school counselors. So, do you ever witness school bullying? If yes, did you do anything to help the bullies, the one being bullied? If not, do you think the one witnessing it will do anything to it? With proper guidance, every one of us can do something helpful to help the victim. 𝐬𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 Hawaii State University, with the help of a school counselor and 2 counselor education students, implement a bullying intervention program by carrying out the STAC training and strategies. So what is a STAC? As you may see, STAC stands for stealing the show, turning it over, accompanying others, and coaching compassion. So students from different peer groups will be selected and trained as young advocates. After the 90-minute sessions, students will be able to apply STAC in their life, and with that, teens themselves can assist their peers in addition to having certified school counselors at school. Furthermore, school bullies often gone unnoticed as the victims are afraid of telling people that help is needed. This statement is agreed by 90.9% of the respondents. So the main concern of victims is that they are afraid of revenge from the bullies. It is hard for them to take that step out, as there is only a little guarantee that the aggressor will leave school. Not only that, there's also a reluctance in bystander reporting, witnessing an incident. They tend to ask, why me? Since there are also others nearby who could also do so. Some of the bystanders are also afraid that they might get into more trouble if they report it to the school. To wrap up, I would like to say that persistent bullies should be expelled as they are detrimental to the others around them. Counseling and pointing them in the proper direction does not always work all the time. And school bullies frequently go unnoticed as the victims are reluctant to seek assistance from others. Overall, persistent bullies have posed serious risks to students' daily life in school, club, school activities, after-school events, neighborhoods, and numerous other public settings around the country. Victims are compelled to leave school and take their lives as a result. Students that are being bullied have been made to be excluded from so many other activities in school. Therefore, I would like to reiterate that persistent bullies should be expelled from secondary school. Thank you so much. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Eugene. I also agree that school bullying is a problem in our community as it may harm the youngsters mentally and physically, and also ruin the image of the community. Next, the second speaker, Joshua, is taking his level 2 effective body language. So let's invite his evaluator, Salah, to read the purpose statement. Salah?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, today Joshua's project speech, the main purpose of its project speech is to show the intentional body language, and he has to avoid unintentional body language gestures. And generally, he can choose any kind of topic. It can be informative, storytelling, motivational, all are accepted. And he also can include humor or seriousness, what he wants, he can do. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I will wait Joshua. Thank you.
Thank you, Salah. I'll invite the general evaluator, Danish, to read the notes for evaluator.
All right, good evening once again, everyone. Now, for the evaluator, during the completion of this project, the member has spent time learning about and practicing his or her body language, such as your hand, body gesture, movement, so on and so forth, including gestures and other non-verbal communication, otherwise known as sign language. With that, back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you, Danish. At the same time, Salah is also doing his level 1 evaluation and feedback. Let's welcome his evaluator, Kenneth, to read out the purpose statement. Welcome, Kenneth. I think no need this thing.
Okay, so the purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. And Salah, for your another purpose is for the member to develop, is for you to develop, deliver constructive feedback on another member's presentation. So just relax and enjoy. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Kenneth. Let's welcome General Evaluator Danish again to read the notes for evaluator.
Unmute. All right, yeah, I forgot to unmute. All right. Now, to the evaluator, it is recommended that the member evaluating this portion of the project be a proven exemplary evaluator. Present a speech on a topic, receive feedback from an evaluator, and incorporated that feedback into a second speech. With that, back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you, Danish. Let's welcome our second speaker, Joshua, with his speech, My First Handmade Soup. My first time with soup. Joshua, the floor is yours.
Am I audible to the online audience?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, great. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you wish for in a cold and rainy weather? Okay, Min-Kang say ice cream. What about our reindeer in the house? What would you wish for? A popcorn? What about online audiences? And what do you guys wish for in a cold weather?
Sleeping.
Sleeping. Okay, that's a good answer. But for me, what I love to have during the cold weather is a bowl of hot soup. Why? Because it gives me warmth, fullness, and satisfaction. One evening, it was cold and drizzling. I thought about making a bowl of soup for dinner. I already checked online of how to make soup from scratch. And so when I went back home, I cleaned myself up. The first thing I did was, hello, Mami, how to cook soup? So easy. Just put salt in hot water lah. Oh, so it was just that easy. Why you don't want to use instant soup leh? It was my first time making soup from scratch. So I really need to know the head and tail of making it from scratch. So after listening to my mother, I went to the kitchen and I started preparing my materials. There's tomatoes, there's carrots, there's eggs. What did I miss? Of course, the main ingredient is water. You need water to make soup. So I boil the water. I throw in salt. I throw in the diced tomatoes. I throw in the diced carrots. And I stir the pot, give it a taste, and thought to myself, this soup tastes like diluted salt water. It needs something else. I know, perhaps I can add sesame oil, because from what I observed in all those normal soups, they have a thin film of oil on top of it. And plus, I want to have a hint of spiciness in my soup. So I also added black pepper into my soup. And I stir and stir, and I taste it. It felt acceptable. So then I throw in my next ingredient, which is the egg, while stirring the pot to give it a floury pattern. And lastly, I added pak choy into my soup, just to have a green color in my soup. Before I turn off the heat, since I like to have something salty, I added a few more teaspoons of soy sauce into my soup. Then only I turn off the heat, pour it into a bowl, and when I drink my soup, I feel warmth, I feel full, but I just don't feel satisfied with it. Why? Because why the tomato flavor is still not in the soup? Where's the carrot flavor? Why haven't they burst from their cells? I was confused with my soup, even though it tastes quite okay, but I can't find the flavor that my mother used to cook for me. When my friend came back home from his dinner, I gave the soup for him to test it out. And he told me, your soup tastes quite weird. Let me guess, did you add sesame oil in it? Yes, I did add sesame oil in it. Actually, you don't need to add so much fancy stuff, like just water and salt. It was at that moment that I knew I was a newbie in making soup. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not succeed in your first time doing something, Sometimes you may take a few more tries just to perfect that one simple dish of soup. Similarly, in Toastmasters, you may not be satisfied with your first speech. Sometimes you may want to try it a second time or a third time until you slowly gain more experience and feel satisfied with it. Let me give you my analogy. Remember when I talked about water and salt as the basis for making soup? In Toastmasters, the basis of making a good speech is to have an idea and also to have your structure of speech. And then after the water and salt, what else do we need? We need the ingredients and the seasoning. And this reflects in Toastmasters as the seasoned members. They are the one who will give you the more insights of how to better present your speech, as well as the online resources in Toastmasters Club that will guide you. And then we have my mother and my friend, which in Toastmasters is like your mentors, who will be there to tell you A to Z of how to do well in your speech project. And lastly, the hot pot. The hot pot in Toastmasters is this environment, this comfortable environment for you to express your ideas to everyone until you feel the warmth, the fullness, and the satisfaction. What I'm trying to say is that your first time can be a bit disappointing, but just keep going, and perhaps in the future, when you try to do it a second time, you might produce better results. You might produce perhaps even worse results, or you might produce something new which you can commercialize it in the future. And that is all from me. Back to you. Oh, sorry. Right.
Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Joshua, for sharing his experience for first time making soup and related the procedure of making soup with our Toastmaster Club. So I hope that the audience also know the procedure of making soup. Next, our third speaker, 𝐶 also making the level 2 project, effective body language. Since the purpose and the notes of Evaluator are same as Joshua, so I just skip it. And I will pass the stage to 𝐶 with her speech titled, Why New Year's Resolution Don't Work? Why New Year's Resolution Don't Work? 𝐶, the stage is yours.
Hi everyone, am I audible? Because I use 2 devices.
Yeah.
I use the laptop as my camera and my phone as the microphone. Okay, if you don't mind, I will start now. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm 𝐶, and today my topic is why New Year's resolutions don't work. Excuse me for a moment. Okay. So my topic is why New Year's resolutions don't work. First, congratulations everyone for reaching the end of 2022. Give yourself a pat on the back, everyone. You did a great job today. You made it to the end of 2022. You survived it. You will survive in 2023 and onwards too. Before that, do you recall that in the beginning of every year, we actually set some awesome New Year's resolutions, something like, I want to get rich, I want to get 4 flat for my next semester, I want to get a girlfriend, I want to get a boyfriend, and many more. So think back, do you actually achieve all these New Year's resolutions? Yes or no? Maybe, I don't know. For me, I can say that I don't really achieve all my New Year's resolutions. That's why I'm here to study why my New Year's resolutions don't work. Every time when I set a New Year's resolution in the beginning of the year, I think everyone would think something like this. This year is going to be different. This year is going to be my year. And this year is going to be the best year ever. I'm going to complete all my dreams. I'm going to be a best person in the world. But in the end of the year, we will go back to the cycle. We will think back, why am I not completing any one of these New Year's resolutions? Now, I will give you some good news. You are not the only one. And there are reasons why you don't achieve all these New Year's resolutions. First, you think back your New Year's resolutions is something like this. I want to get healthier. I want to be fit. I want to get tall and many more. And there's one common thing in all these goals. Do you know what is it? It is they are not specific enough. Imagine yourself, you are driving and with a GPS, but that GPS is not showing any destinations. You are just blindly going towards, and the only thing that you can see is the road ahead. Do you think that you are going to achieve anything? You don't even know what is the goal because your goal is not specific enough. You cannot plan it accordingly. That's why you can't achieve your goals. For example, I want to be kind, but how can I be kind? You have to study that. Like, for example, I want to do more charity. Like, for example, like what Min-Kang said just now, you can actually offer volunteer services, something like tuition for the unfortunate, for the underprivileged families. And also, what else? You can actually volunteer in some services, something like taking care of stray dogs and go for some other activities like planting trees to save the world and many more. You can be a good person in many ways, but you have to set a specific way in order to achieve it, right? For the second one is you have to track your progress. What I mean here is you have to keep a list to check off the things that you have done. Like, for example, I want to be kind. So I will list down the things that I should done in the end of the year. For example, I will volunteer to be a teacher in where or how many times in a week, so that you can actually gain something. Actually, you are doing something instead of thinking in your mind, I'm going to be kind. And one day everyone will say, you are a kind person. Thank you for helping me. But if you don't put in efforts, you are not going to get what you want, right? For the third one is, it is a marathon, not a sprint. After you set out New Year's resolutions, you cannot expect that you can achieve it overnight. You have to put in efforts over a period of time. For example, like I want to be fit. So I set a goal, like I want to work out 7 days a week. That means I'm going to work out every day. But do you think that if you don't work out at all, you straight away start with 7 times a week? Do you think your body can take? Do you think your body can really adapt to this new norm? No. So you have to start less in order to achieve more in the future. For example, you can start by working out 2 times a week. After you get comfortable with it, you can actually add up the quota, something like 3 times a week and then 4 times a week. Eventually, you will reach 7 times a week and become a better person with good physical strength, right? For the last one is New Year's resolutions is not what you want. Do you ever wonder in the end of the year, looking back to the New Year's resolution, why do I put this in the beginning of the year? Why I want to be a healthy person? I cannot give up all the good foods like junk foods, right? And also the desserts. Why I write this? Yeah, so you have to be specific and also have to come to that goal from your true self, not influenced by the others or what others expect you to do. Do not lose weight just because someone tells you that you should lose weight. or someone tells you that you should look like this way. You have to set the goals according to what you want to achieve. That's why your New Year's resolutions don't work. You have to list down according to your needs, right? So in conclusion, besides listing down all these New Year's resolutions, you have to have fun and enjoy the journey. If you set out all these resolutions, but in the process, you don't really enjoy it because you don't really like the things that you do. So are you going to achieve those goals? No. So you have to enjoy the process. Now, that's all for me. I'll pass back to Madam Toastmasters of the evening.
So thank you, Singer, for sharing for several ways to achieve the New Year resolution. Lastly, our fourth speaker, Lucy, is doing her level 3 Inspire an Audience. Let's welcome her evaluator, Sashni, to read out the purpose statement.
Thank you very much. Toastmaster Lucy, the purpose of this project is for you to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The purpose of the speech is for you to inspire the audience. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you. Now I would like to invite the General Evaluator, Danish, to read out the notes for Evaluator. Welcome, Danish.
Once again, good evening. Now, for the evaluator, the member needs to present a speech that inspires the audience. The speech content should be engaging and the speaker entertaining or moving. The speaker should be aware of audience response and adapt the speech as needed. And if the member appears to be talking at the audience, instead of interacting with them, he or she is not fulfilling the goal of the speech. Back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you, Danish. Without further ado, let us welcome Lucy with her speech title, Law of Attraction. Law of Attraction, Lucy, best for luck.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters. I'm Lucy. Today, I want to ask you, fellow Toastmasters, some questions. Do you want to become millionaires? Do you want to become rich? Then you can buy anything you want. Do you want to achieve your dream? Of course. Today, I will tell you the solution how to achieve your goal. Please pay attention to learn about this secret. So what is this? Can you imagine? Dun, 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 dun. It's law of attraction. So what is law of attraction? Law of attraction means that by using this law, you can achieve anything you want. So, as a thing said, if you want to achieve something, whole universe will help you together. So, how to use law of attraction? Today, I will share fellow Toastmasters the tips regarding this. I think the first strategy is to believe yourself. When you want to do something, we always feel less motivated, less confident before we want to do something. We always feel, oh, I cannot do this. My mind will not allow me to do this. Oh, I think I cannot achieve, too hard, too difficult. Oh, but I really want to achieve. But how I can achieve? I'm so stupid. So hard for me. So, and you always think like this, how you can achieve your goal, how you can make your parents proud for you, how you can believe yourself to do anything you want. You always scan, protect. So start from now. You need to use this magic law of attraction. Start from now. You never say again, I cannot do this. Because the power is in your heart. If you believe yourself, if you trust yourself, if you don't think anything, you just focus on your goal. You just say, I can do this. Then you just do this. I think the results will be different. The second strategy, I think, is you need to focus on your goal. You need to pay attention. Because every day we have different things come out. Everything make you miss. You cannot focus. But if you want to achieve something, you need to always think about it. You also need to always believe it. No matter what, even though one day you just take action for small step, tomorrow you still think about this. You still take attention for another step. Gradually, in the end, you will pass a long step. You will become a different version for yourself. I think another useful tips is you need to write down on your notebook. Every morning when you get up, you need to write some notes for yourself. You need to put on plans in your notebook, then finish your tasks step by step. The most important for the law of attraction is that you should think you already achieved it. And you think like this, I'm going to make 1 million ringgit. But it's just going to make 1 million ringgit. And you think that I have 1 million ringgit. It's totally different, right? You will be engaged. So you will think, you will use this 1 million ringgit to do something you want, to do traveling. Then you have, if you think you already have 1 million ringgit, so you will have more power to do it. Fellow Toastmasters, if you want to achieve something, whole universe will help you. And power is from your heart. As long as you believe yourself, you can do it, then you can do it. Believe, law of attraction. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy, for sharing her secret to being how to be attractive. With that, let's vote for the best project speaker. So everyone, please go to the Slido/UMTMC to vote for the best project speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to vote for the best project speaker first, followed by the best table topics. So please go to this slido.com/UMTMC to vote. You guys able to vote? Right. I received like 5. We have around 16.
Sorry, just share the link.
Yeah, it's the same link that I shared in the very beginning.
We are voting
SLI.
for. Yeah, we are waiting for the table topics also, right?
Yeah, we'll do the project speech first, then we'll do table topics. Notice that all the links will have the same, all the votes will have the same link. sli.do/UMTMC. All right, 2 more, please. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you for your vote. Now we'll vote for the best table topic speaker. So we have a total of 5 speakers ranging from Kunyet, Hasina, Zijun, Dave, and Jeffrey. I didn't include myself. I didn't include myself in the votes, huh? Let me edit. I didn't include myself. Look at that.
Minka is special.
Okay.
Never mind, President, no need to vote lah. More fair. Give chance to everyone.
No, I've included myself. I have to be involved. Right. So please go and vote for your best table topic speaker. We have 2 more, please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you so much. Back to the Toastmaster.
With that, I shall conclude the project speak session. Thank you once again for all the speakers who share us with their stories. Next is the evaluation session. Evaluation session will be hosted by General Evaluator Danish. Danish, the stage is yours.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Now it's finally my time for me to be here. All right. Good evening, everyone. Now I'll be taking over the I'll be captaining this ship for this whole of this next session. What is evaluation session? It is the time where you all listen to what I would like to call bittersweet, the good and the bad. And as the saying goes, the best medicines are the most bitter ones. Hence, therefore, the truth is bitter. You have to accept it eventually. However, that is how we become a better person. Without further ado, I've also been requested not to take too long because I may go a bit long-winded. I'd like to invite the table topic evaluator to present the table topic, the reports of the table topic speaker. Over to you. Where is the name?
Hello, it's me, Aish.
Okay. Right. Okay. Aishi, are you ready?
Yep, I'm good to go. I have 6 minutes on the clock, yes, because there are 6 people.
Yeah, 6 minutes or 5 minutes. It's 3 to 5 minutes. You only got 5 minutes, sorry.
All right, gotcha.
Maximum 5 minutes.
All right. I'll start my speech. Am I audible before I start?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, you are.
All right, I'm starting my speech in 3, 2, 1. Today, I felt all the speakers made me feel like the typical American kid waiting for the presents under the Christmas tree. Fellow Toastmasters, good evening. I bid a very good Merry Christmas to all of you, to all who are celebrating. And let me first start with the first person who went on the stage, or the virtual stage, 𝐏𝐞𝐫𝐬𝐢, who got the naughty category. And 𝐏𝐞𝐫𝐬𝐢 went on with good reasoning and concrete points. And I love how he found a substantial point that relates towards, should a Christmas tree be artificial or should a Christmas tree be authentic? And he went with the obvious choice and came up with absolutely concrete reasons. However, I wish you could relate more to the settings of your points. I think that you, especially when you raised up the point of availability, and you should mention Malaysia as one of the settings of the place. Now let's move on to Hasina. With the gift that keeps on giving, I think she did a very well. Sorry, I'm interested on her way of seeing how she deciphers the meaning of the gift that keeps giving. And it is quite interesting from her point of view, but I wish you could have gone more longer than you should. And I thought it was a bit redundant, but all in all, it was okay. Let's move on quickly to Tijun, with a topic of New Year resolutions. Absolutely, good. She had good pacing, good control, avoiding the ums and ahs, and she had a very clear goals and objectives, trying to get a boyfriend. And yeah, I'm single, by the way. So she has clear objectives and a good New Year's resolution. However, I think you could have controlled the pacing towards your advantage. You did a very good job in controlling your tone, your vocal variety, but I wish you could have spent more time in explaining the points towards to relate towards the topic that you were given. And Dave, I think with the topic of do you believe in luck, he had a very clear idea and equipped with good general knowledge. But I think you should be more confident in your opinion and your choice of words. You could have picked better choice of words in terms of explaining your opinions. You should have owned it because it's your stage. You deserve to be, because you're a Toastmaster. And I think you should display more confidence in terms of your choice of words, especially when you say, based on my opinions. You should have said, I believe that, you know what I'm saying. And let's move on quickly to Jeffrey. I think it was very short, but I love the comedic approach, the way that he ended his speech with, I don't believe in Santa Claus. It's such a good approach. I think the charisma that he brought was such an amazing session to hear to, especially although it was very brief, but I think it was a very comical approach towards what he was trying to say. And lastly, moving to our beloved Minkang. As usual, our president has a very confident demeanor, going up the stage with confidence and preparing in such a very brief amount of time, but he was able to pull off with such charismatic energy. He backed up his confidence with excellent usage of examples and relations towards the commercialization of the Christmas products. And in conjunction, he was wearing appropriate with the topic. And yeah, I think it was such an excellent approach by our beloved Minkang. However, I would say that it was quite redundant when it came to the end phase of your speech. But all in all, I think all of the speakers did very beautifully, and I enjoyed all the speeches. Back to you, Contest Master. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I see it's general evaluator. We are not in a contest, but no worries. I understand. Sometimes everyone's a little bit worried.
Sorry, my bad.
No worries, no worries. All right. Now a little bit of feedback on first of all, the table topic speakers did a great job. Hence, let's give them a round of applause. It's not easy to come up to give a 2-minute speech, as the old saying by Mark Twain says. If you ask me to give a speech, I can give it. However, if you ask me to write a speech, give a written speech, I can do it within 2 days. If you ask me to give an impromptu speech, I need 2 weeks. It's not easy. Hence, kudos to everyone. And this is a stepping stone for you all to try and get a feel of the Toastmasters environment. Now, for my comments on IC, great job on the table topics evaluation. However, one thing is, I noticed sometimes you were a little bit caught off. You couldn't find your words. You couldn't recap what your words you're trying to say. Next, it's okay, don't worry. Take a pause a little while, but don't make it seem that you're really stuttering. Because when you first see, it's like keep pausing so much, it's gonna feel like you're stuttering. If you don't know the word, maybe we can just omit it next time. And yes, one thing I like about Toastmaster IC is his voice. It really sounds like, wow, I thought I was like talking to a British man, the accent. It's a really amazing. Overall, great job. Now, moving on to I would like to call upon the prepared. Let me go to the agenda again. Now, I would like to call upon the evaluator for the first prepared speech speaker. Toastmaster, where is it? Yeah, Toastmaster Mingkang, our president. How could I forget? Presentation mastery, Sri Lim Mingkang. The stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator Danish. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests, here's my evaluation report to Toastmaster Yi-Jin for her speech. Well, at the title itself, we could see that Toastmaster Yi-Jin really showed us the purpose of the speech. In conjunction with the project she is doing, which is writing a speech with purpose, I think this title is perfectly chosen. Persistent bully should be expelled in school, right? So if the first thing an audience sees is the topic, it's a title. So if you have a good title, you have a head start. So Yi-Jin showed us that having a strong title, strongly relate to what she's gonna say, really makes us believe that the things that she thinks. The second thing I would like to point out for kudos to Yi-Jin is the amount of details and attention given in her speech. Notice that there are graphs and surveys and forms, all supporting the ideas of the purpose. Persistent bullying should be expelled from schools. This is something that we kind of miss when we talk about something fact or something an opinion. To support an opinion, you must have the evidence, right? We're living an evidence-based world. Lawyer, all the things you need evidence. And with today's current technology of data-driven technologies, we could have evidence pretty handy from our hand. Just do a survey, just search for internet, you will get all sorts of evidence, right? Second thing I would like to point out, which is good. Bankers believe that what she's gonna say, she has the authority of saying with the evidence given. However, to make a speech to a new higher level, I'd like to point out a few suggestions to your speech structure so that it could be a even beautiful speech. First of all, the opening. Since the project, your purpose is to writing a speech with defined purpose to present well-organized speech, right? You could have explicitly mentioned your purpose. For example, here I start my speech. Today, me, Yi-Jin, I'm going to convince you, I'm going to show you why persistent bully should be expelled from the school. And I will give you 3 reasons. So second of all, moving on to the table of contents. For such Yi-Jin's speech is quite heavy because you have all the graphs, all the reasons, and all the opinions, arguments. When you have a heavy speech, it's very helpful if you, in the beginning of a speech, you explicitly show the table of contents. Put a slide, show that in this speech, I'm going to show you this, followed by this, and make a conclusions. I've been joining a lot of research presentations, and you know research is like very heavy. The way that they could keep audience part in part with them is to have a nice table of contents so that you know, audience know that what they're going to expect next, what they're going to expect next. This is also part in your slide presentation as well. So all in all, very good speech with evidence and also opinions, strong opinions, a little bit of modifications on your speech structures and also your slide could have made your speech even more convincing for the others to listen to. Thank you so much. Back to the general evaluator.
Okay.
Danish.
Yep. And I just noticed I forgot to mute when the evaluator was speaking. All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Minkang, for your comprehensive evaluation report. I like your coat, which looks like a white coat. Honestly, too bad I never get to wear that. Who knows? Maybe if I go for my second course, then maybe I'll course maybe somewhere in UM or somewhere else. Maybe I'll get a chance to wear it. However, we'll leave that for another day. I'll just finish my main course first. Now, Toastmaster Minkang did a great job on evaluating his evaluative speech. However, one thing I would suggest is maybe you could have a little bit more vocal variety on the evaluation. I noticed it's like you were a bit monotonous only. It would be making more interesting if you had some vocal variety for evaluation. Yes, we encourage evaluatees to have vocal variety. However, as the saying goes, there is this saying. And I suddenly forgot what the saying. Yes, this is the saying. You are like an inspiration. In order to inspire people, you need to be the role model. You cannot just do like that, nothing. Therefore, if we encourage them, I expect evaluators also to be a role model to them. That's why, and especially a president, I expect a role model. With that said, I don't want to take up too much time. Let me move to the second speech evaluator. It is none other than Toastmaster Salah. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I know in Malay it means something else. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Now, Toastmaster Salah, the stage is yours.
Yeah, it was all right, Mr. General Evaluator. It was rightly pronounced. Okay, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, online audience, Toastmasters, today, as I am going to evaluate Mr. Joshua, but I hope that this evaluation will be very much helpful for all of you guys, all of the audience who have not spoken today even, but they will get the joy of it later on. First of all, I want to congratulate Mr. Joshua that he has successfully completed his project. So a round of applause for him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have noticed some improvements and a lot of excellent contents in his speech. First of all, I want to start with all those points in which he excelled. Talking about his clarity, he was amazing. He was completely clear here. I couldn't see any kind of pause in his speech, any kind of fear, and he was not even petrified in all his speech. Secondly, audience awareness and engagement, if we can say, he was amazing. In audience engagement, as we saw, he started with questions, engaging, asking by what you like in winter, in cold weather. And he also engaged the online audience even, because sometimes when I see myself, I forget online audience, but he engaged all together. So it was amazing. Third excellent thing which I noticed was his comfort level. He was also comfort level was also amazing, like his clarity in talking. Comfort level was also amazing. All his points were, he delivered in comfortably. And lastly, the gestures, which is the important point of his, which was the purpose actually of his speech. He was amazing in his gestures. I noticed 80% of his gestures were completely intentional. Just some were unintentional, which I will also describe later on. So these four were your excellent things. Two things which I noticed you should improve. First was eye gestures. Eye concentration was not good for me. As I noticed, he just focused in center. He didn't see here, he didn't look here. So he just focused in center. And second thing was his, he lacks vocal variety, I think. As I noticed, in vocal variety, we have to take care of sounds. Like he was talking with his mom on a call,
body gesture was good, but as he was talking, his voice was same for his mother also. So he should have changed the voice of his mother when he is talking about his mother. So these two things are very necessary for you to improve. And lastly, I want to actually summarize as time is over. So I want to give you 5 out of 4 points in vocal variety, in clarity, body gestures, interest of audience, and purposeful your movement of body. 4 out of 5. Oh yeah, and for 3 out of 5 in vocal variety and eye gestures. So hopefully you will improve. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Salah. Now, great job, Toastmaster Salah, on the evaluation speech. I'm not going to evaluate the evaluatees for the projects who are the project speech speakers, as I believe they have already received enough feedback from the evaluator, and this is also to make sure I don't ramble on over time. Now, for Toastmaster Salah, you did a great job. However, I noticed one thing you do have to mind is, I believe you were aware as well, it's your time. Hence, maybe you could shorten some of the sentences into a short summary. That would be better. Therefore, also your evaluation also will not seem too wordy. And as for that, I also noticed that one thing that you could improve on is maybe, yes, you had the eye contact. However, I believe you're trying to look here, there, here, there, here, there. Your gestures are being used a little bit unworthily, or whether we would say is we call it a little bit robotic, because if you were looking around, maybe, and therefore the coordination between gestures and eye contact wasn't really the best. If you could coordinate these two things, it will be a lot better. Together, it will be a lot better. Now, with that said, great job on the evaluation report. Moving on, I'd like to call upon the evaluator for the third speaker, who is now then the Vice President of Education, Effective Communications 1, Toastmaster Yu-Ming. Toastmaster Yu-Ming, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Danish, for yielding the floor to me. So, hi, Ksing-En. Hi, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
So, thank you so much, thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters, and especially to my evaluatee, Ksing-En, for providing me an opportunity to be evaluator for today. Ksing-En, I find your speech on why New Year's resolution don't work quite informative, and I am happy to tell you that you have successfully completed the project titled Effective Body Language. So let us go to your first strength, which is you have made a purposeful body language. So what I have seen so far is that you have used your hands to compare and contrast, which is one of the key features when we want to make audience, including me, to feel engaged with your speech. So like yes and no, which is what you did. And I like when you do this, like the best year ever. This is what I like the most. And the second strength is that you start with an introduction with a bang. This is very important because to me, a first impression is very important. I believe that first impression is very important. So you tell us to start off by giving us moving our muscle by patting our own shoulders and tell us that we have been through, we have survived 2022. As for points of improvement, I noticed you do carry your notes at some stages while you're making some parts of the speech, particularly when you're trying to read out trying to list out the reason why New Year resolution don't work. Okay, so I felt that this impedes your ability to express yourself, particularly on the vocal variety part there, because you seems like when you do this, I felt that you're reading off the script. It's like yes, like this, quite a bit monotonous. So what I can suggest to you while doing this is that you stick on a post-it notes on your desktop so that it can help you to easily read off and And at the same time, it gives you some memories to think about it. So it's like, okay, I need to say something like this. Then you can just say it in a natural voice and tones, and it will make your speech much more impactful. And the last point improvement is that your vocal variety. So like I said earlier, the part that I realized your speech gone monotonous is when you're trying to list out the reasons, which is when you're trying to read off the script. So that helps, that actually makes me feel a bit less engaged with the speech. So instead of listing out one by one, how about you ask the audience instead? You can ask, so do you think the New Year resolution is what you want, what you really want? Are you sure what you set in your resolution is something you really want? You can ask us, and you can ask us to key in one or raise our hands. If it's something you want, we raise our hands. If it's something you don't want, we just don't raise our hands. That is a good way to engage us and make a speech much more impactful. All in all, purposeful body language, captivating introduction, vocal variety, and notes. So that's all from me. Thank you so much. Back to you, Danish.
Thank you, Professor Yu-Ming. All right. Now, great speech by the prepared speech speaker, Lucy. However, for the why did I get it wrong? Okay. Now, great speech by the third prepared speech speaker, 𝐶𝐻𝐻. It's a really great speech. For my comments on Yu-Ming, for my comments on Toastmaster Yu-Ming, you did a great summation of the report. However, one thing is, when you mentioned your evaluatee was monotonous, I believe you were also monotonous as well. Hence, as I said, we have to be a role model. We have to follow what we do. After all, it's as a saying, practice what you preach. That's the most important. Therefore, hopefully you can work on that. And I also notice is that you could also push a little bit more on the content, because it's like, you say your vocal variety, other than vocal variety, give them some suggestions how they can do it. That would be a lot better. Overall, that's my comments from you. Now, moving on to the last evaluator for the fourth prepared speech speaker, Toastmaster Lucy, who is none other than a good friend of mine, distinguished Toastmaster Shachni. It's nice to see you again.
Thank you very much, General. Thank you very much, General Evaluator. And yes, great to see you too. And
right.
to our target speaker, Lucy, I hope you're there, Lucy. And of course, the audience as well. Now, Lucy, I'm going to be delivering my evaluation as per your name itself, Lucy. Now, what is L for? L is for the lovely topic that you have chosen, laws of attraction. This is something I personally relate to a lot. And how you started off was very interesting with a positive note. You can achieve anything you want. Now, right from the beginning, I was observing the audience, both online and offline, whether they were with you. And I could see that from the start itself, they were with you. And you shared a lot of interesting tips, I would say, on how you can actually achieve what you want if you really put your mind to it. You had the 3 tips which you shared, which are very interesting. Never say no, focus on your goals, and also do journaling. This is something I personally do as well. So I was very much into it. Now, the second thing, you is for upbeat. You were very enthusiastic about the entire topic. You were like so, I would say, so much into it. It was like overflowing. I could see that, you really practice it and you have that in you. So it's like, I could just see, wow, what a burst of the law of attraction is coming from you. Even on screen, I could feel that from you. So kudos to you on that. Now, let me go on to a little bit on how the improvements can help you a little bit. And that's where the C comes in. The C is the chances that you had a little miss on. Yeah. Now, I saw that you were firstly holding your notes and then you drop them after a minute or so. You don't need those notes, my dear. If you really need something in case you think you forget, just have a little cue card and put it in your hand on some points. That's all you need. But you are an excellent speaker. You don't need those notes because that becomes a kind of a distraction. The second thing which was missed was your movement. You had too much of movement going on when you were standing. So you were like, you know, like a little bit like dancing and flowing. So that was, I think you need to stay a little bit grounded. And if you need to make a stage movement, you can do it purposefully, especially when you're mentioning the 3 tips, one to the left, one to the right, and then come back to the center and then ground yourself. Yeah. And the third thing is, I would have loved to hear a personal experience where you yourself has experienced this law of attraction. That's where you will hook on the audience and they will be further inspired. Yes, it works. Yeah, that I felt could have been the punch in that whole story and the presentation of yours. And finally, what is the why for? Well, what do you think the why is for? Any guesses for Lucy? Well, I thought, why not? Why not present this in another way with a different closing, with a closing which is even stronger? Since it is year end, why not give that challenge to the audience? Ladies and gentlemen, the year is coming to an end. Why not follow these 3 tips? So that's where you'll be reminding the audience again the 3 tips, and it will stick in their mind, and the year is coming. Okay, let me listen to what Lucy has to say. I loved your speech. Lucy just needs to follow Lucy, and you'll be great. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sachni. And yes, you can see Toastmaster Sachni is I'll call a veteran when it comes to evaluating people. From everything, the whole structure, everything, even the virtual background, the plant, gives me such a serene feel. Now, for Toastmaster Lucy, I can't say anything more. Distinguished Toastmaster Sachni has really pointed out the points of it. However, I believe it's really true. The notes were getting in the way. And I noticed one thing is, you seem to stop a lot when you seem like, I'm trying to recall what I do this word, what's the word? Because I noticed when you were speaking, you stop a lot. It's okay to stop or pause a while, but when we become so repetitive, it will be like sending a message to the audience is like, I'm not prepared. That is one thing that you don't want, because a great speech is when the audience can remember it, they can feel it, and of course they can take away a lot of lessons from it. That is what you want. Therefore, hopefully, I know uni is also very packed. Hopefully there'll be more time for you to structure it and have some rehearsal on it. With that, that's all for it now. Before I call upon the voting, or maybe we're voting for the best evaluator.
Excuse me, you forgot Kenneth.
Oh, Kenneth. Okay. Okay. Sincere apologies. Now, let me go back to the agenda. Oh, what a bad mistake I've made. Okay. All right. Let me see. Now, I would like to call upon the second a special evaluation who will be evaluating the second evaluator is none other than Effective Communications to Toastmaster Kenneth to present his evaluation for the second evaluator. Toastmaster Kenneth, the stage is yours.
Hello, audience from online. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, that's great. First of all, I want to congratulate Salah. I guess this is your first time in doing evaluation. Your evaluation was so impactful that it cascaded like a beautiful waterfall over the audience mind and leave an impact to our speaker here, Joshua. Before you start your evaluation, first of all, you encourage Joshua because he has done his speech very well. And next, it is very important also to avoid judgments in our evaluations. But then I sense that Salah present his evaluations according to what he feel, what he observed. It is because I notice this sense through his selection of words, such as, oh, I notice Joshua is doing this, doing this, doing this. I feel Joshua is doing this very good, very good, very good. So the selection of words such as I feel, I notice is very important to avoid the sense of judgment. Next, I'm impressed because even for me, I've forgotten that the speech purpose for Joshua is about body language. But then, Salah showed a very exemplary example by reiterating the speech purpose intentionally again, which is about body language. This way will direct the audience to focus about the main point, which is body language. Salah, I have one improvement for you that you can do for the next evaluation. You can improve your sentence vocabulary when you are giving a summary and end with a stronger ending. For every speech, for every evaluation, there must be a CTA, call to action, so that you can end strongly and leave an impactful message to the audience. For example, you can say, Joshua, I believe you can excel and stand proudly in the podium if you can do this, do this, do this. To challenge yourself, as a conclusion, Salah, you can explore your own evaluation formulas, such as one I can suggest you is the 5 senses: what you see, what you hear, and what you feel from the speaker's speech. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kenneth, for your evaluation report. Now, I love Kenneth's evaluation report, but suggestions for improvement is the same thing as Toastmaster Lucy. I noticed you were more drawn to the notes. Sometimes we have to use the notes. However, if possible, when doing evaluation, we try to deliver without the notes. If you look at people who are great evaluators like Mas Mahathir, he can really deliver notes. That I'm not promoting him in any way, so no worries. That would be great. Try to minimize the usage of the notes in that, you put in your head summary like a mind map. That will make it really nice, make it all the more better. Other than that, I also don't want to take up too much time. Now, we finally concluded the reports for the evaluators. However, before I call upon the voting session, anyone notice what is missing from today's meeting before we call upon the voting session? Anyone?
Word of the day.
The timing reports for the role players, not the timing report in general. The timing reports for the role players. Whenever you want to call upon the voting, you need to ensure whether they are within time or not within time. That is what's missing. However, I understand sometimes we also kanchong a lot of things to do. Therefore, with that said, shall I call upon the timing report, or we just go ahead and slam dunk it already? Person Minkang, what do you think?
Yeah, so usually we don't have the timing reports after each sessions because we give everyone have opportunity to be voted.
I see.
Yeah, that's why we leave all the timing report to the end of timings.
Okay, no
presentation.
Worries. No worries. I understand. No worries. And that's one thing about different clubs. We have different cultures. It's what makes you. It's like when you're doing a branding, you're trying to sell your product. What makes you different than the others? Even though you're selling the same basically maybe the same cream cheese. What makes you different from the others? The differentiation is there. Okay, with that said, now since we don't have the timing report of all the evaluators, I'm going to dive into the technical role players report, which is the tag team. With that, first, I'll call upon the grammarian, Toastmaster Jeffrey, to present his grammarian report. Toastmaster Jeffrey, the stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator Danish. I will not be sharing my screen because it's a beautiful mess, as I'm taking multiple roles. Anyways, it's already 10 o'clock. I'm not going to take so much of time, but here are the honorable mentions in terms of word of the day, even though it's the start of the show, but it's not used often. Correct. Full disclosure, it's not the accurate report. Firstly, Minkang used probably about 2 of those words, 𝐶𝐻 once, Lucy once. And then Dave used a quotation, 90% hard work and 10% of it is luck. I find that the word commercialization is quite bombastic, so I have to acknowledge that. And then Joshua used a lot of analogies, comparing handmade soap with a Toastmaster speech. Toastmaster Danish as well used some interesting analogies such as captain of the ship, best medicines are the most bitter ones. Old saying, if you have asked me to give a speech, I can write a speech in 2 days. If impromptu, it will take 2 weeks. And Kenneth used a bombastic word, which is cascade. No, I do not see any mispronunciation or any correction in terms of grammar. So that's all for me. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jeffrey, for the grammarian report. Now, I believe there are actually some errors. Therefore, sometimes this is one thing as a grammarian or a technical, or an R counter or whatever technical role player, you need to have a keen listening sense. There's no way there's no errors. There are a lot of errors. However, yes, time is short. We also couldn't really focus. Hopefully, the next meeting we will be able to see that, because as I said, as what he mentioned earlier, and what I said earlier, the life is bitter. You have to eventually accept it. That's how you improve. After all, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Now, with that said, now I know time is really short now, so I'm going to call upon the Rolex for tonight, the timer, who is none other than Toastmaster 𝐸𝐬. Toastmaster 𝐸𝐬, the stage is yours.
No, I didn't.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah, let's have timer first.
The timer first.
Okay, so basically this is the timer report. So for table topic speaker 1, time allocated is 1 to 2 minutes. So time taken is 1 minute 46 seconds. Table topic speaker 2, 1 minute 3 seconds. Table topic speaker 3, 1 minute 53 seconds. Table topic speaker 4, 1 minute 55 seconds. Table topic speaker 5, 55 seconds. Underspan time underspan 5 seconds. Table topic speaker 6, 2 minutes 9 seconds. So for project speech speaker, the time allocated is 5 to 7 minutes. So for project speech speaker 1, time taken is 7 minutes 39 seconds. Yeah, over time 9 seconds. So project speech speaker 2, 6 minutes 20 seconds. Project speech speaker 3, 7 minutes 14 seconds. Project speech speaker 4, 5 minutes 27 seconds. So we move on to table topic evaluation. So the time allocated is 5 to 6 minutes. So the time taken is 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So time underspent is 30 seconds. So for speech evaluation, project speech evaluation, the time allocated is 2 to 3 minutes. So for speech evaluator 1, the time taken is 3 minutes 29 seconds. Speech evaluator 2 is 3 minutes 57 seconds, overspan 27 seconds. Speech evaluator 3, 3 minutes 46 seconds, time overspan 16 seconds. Speech evaluator 4, 3 minutes 58 seconds, time overspan 28 seconds. So for second evaluator, time taken is 2 minutes and 42 seconds. So in our agenda, we should end our meeting at 10 o'clock, but now the time is 10:10. So basically we have exceeded our time. So maybe next time we can take more attention on this. Yeah, so thank you. Back to you. Yeah, general evaluator. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you to Mr. 𝐸𝐬. Yes, I know time is short and time waits for no man. All right, with that said, great timer report. I noticed you highlighted which one went over times, like within time. That's great. Now, with that said, now let me finally call upon the art counter, which I wrongly mistaken as I called before. With that, I need to get more screens. We call upon the art counter Toastmaster Noor Hasina to present her art counter report. Toastmaster Noor Hasina, the stage is yours.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Noor Hasina. Just kidding, because she's heading back home, so I'll be replacing. So here's the art counter report. 𝐿 TT number 1, 3R interjections of so. 4 total pause fillers. 𝐶𝐵 1 2R 5 8 total pause fillers. Speaker Dave 3 5 R's 8 16 total pause fillers. Jeffrey 2 only 2 so 2 total pause fillers. For Minkang 2 only 2 wow, so 2 total pause fillers. Yijin also has got only 2 so 2 total pause fillers. Joshua has got 0 pause filler. Xing-En has got 1 only 1 so 1 total pause filler. Lucy has got 2 2 total pause fillers. This is a very beautiful report, and our art counter is kind enough to give very good number for us. Thank you so much. Back to GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Minkang. Now, since Hasina is not here, and therefore, anyway, it's recorded, so I believe everyone can watch it. Since it's not here, I also don't know what to comment. Toastmaster Minkang had a very short and brief report. However, as I said, one thing that for Toastmaster Hasina's advice, if she was here, is there will be listen clearly. If you listen more clearly, I'm sure there'll be more. There'll be a bit more bitter pills coming away. With that said, now it's finally my turn for the GE report. I'm hopefully now the time is very late. Hopefully I'll be able to finish this within 3 minutes. Now the meeting started at 8:01, just 1 minute later. However, yes, everyone is busy. I know the SAA called the meeting to order, got the room up, set up, everything. I know now you're using and it's basically, we call it, it's something like when you go into your, it's something like when you were in secondary school, we had this thing we call floating class. I noticed UMTMC has been floating rooms as for now, so no worries. Therefore, it's a sense of how we're adapting to it. After all, everyone's moving out, new things, new country, new prime minister. I'm not going to dive into politics, obviously. Okay, with that. Now, moving on, the introduction, the TOE gave the introduction of everything. And since basically, I think all the members here are Toastmasters today, so we don't have to mention the history of that. It saves time. And then we have the TOE. TOE did a great job tonight. Technical role players are done. Now, these are the key takeaways I noticed from the meeting. 1, actually, you can save a lot of time in this meeting. Usually, in other club meetings, I've noticed you don't have to read the notes to the evaluator. Usually the evaluator itself will take the notes. The most important is the purpose statement for the evaluatee or the project speaker. This is because, yes, some of the notes to the evaluator is very short. However, I remember we came across one which is very long. These things take up a lot of time. Therefore, it's actually something for the evaluatee, the evaluator who will be evaluating the evaluatee to know what they need to focus on. It's in their form anyway. Therefore, unless maybe the evaluator did not read the form at all, maybe he will not be aware of it. These are the things that can help you save time. It is not really necessary. Another thing is, I noticed in the agenda, the timing, they did not mention the time given for the specific role plays. Like for me, we all know already, like me, Minkang, and some others, we already know what time eventually we will. Yes, we already know what time, how much time is allocated for each and every role. However, for those new role players, they may not be familiar or rather not aware of how much time is given. Therefore, I suggest in the agenda, other than giving the general timing, give the timings of each and every role player. Like the speaker, you can give 5 to 7 minutes. Put also for the table topic evaluator 3 to 5 minutes. For the timer, 2 to 3 minutes. and as it goes on and on. That would be better. At least they know how much time is allocated. This would help it. And another thing is, I don't know why I have, sorry. Okay, another thing that a key takeaway from me is, yes, UMTMC has a great meeting. However, I know timing again. Most of my key points today will be timing, because some venues are very kind to you. When in my club, there was a former venue, it's like if you went overtime by more than 15 minutes, you would have to pay a fine of 50 ringgit. That was the case because the management needed to close earlier. Therefore, this is something they need to work on. Time is of the essence. Overall, I believe it was a great meeting today, and I'm also like to apologize if I've gone on rambling too long. Other than that, great meeting tonight. And as I promised Min Kang, I'll provide a more detailed report in the coming few days in order to save time. With that, it's already 10:17. I think this is one of the longest we have been ended. With that, now I just remembered. Before I end, I would like to call upon the voting for the best project speaker. It's not been launched yet, right?
No, every
Okay.
poll has been launched and collected. Thank you.
Oh, okay. That's what happens when you usually lose your time. You'll become in the end very kanchong, as I say. All right, with that said, all the best. And of course, for those celebrating Christmas, I'd like to wish you all an advance Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. May 2023 be a better year for everyone. As we go into the new year, we'll face more challenges. Therefore, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Let's face the new year together. With that, I would like to pass the control back to the Toastmaster of the meeting.
For our general evaluator, Danish. So now, although has exceed 10 p.m., we have come to the last part of today's meeting, which is the award ceremony. First, I would like to announce the best table topic speaker. The best table topic speaker goes to General.
I don't think that niche is in
Is it?
Wait, I share my screen.
Min Kang.
give to myself. Yeah, abuse club asset. You just look at the camera. 3, 2, 1. It's okay. Already recorded. Okay.
Should I include you? Next, I would like to announce the best project speaker. The best project speaker goes to
Give me a soup, please. Okay, camera. It's not projected. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Lastly, I would like to announce the best evaluator speaker. The best evaluator speaker goes to Sashmi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
And take a photo with certificate.
You're gonna send that to me. Thank you.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Thank you.
Last but not least, I would like to give an appreciation to our general evaluator, Danish from Malacca Toastmaster Club.
Finish. 3. Belum focus lah. 3, 2, 1. Right. Thank you.
At the end of our award ceremony, congrats to all the winners. And now I shall pass the stage to our president, Ming-Kang, for the closing address.
First of all, apologize that we have went over time. Second of all, I would like to thank all the role players from Sashni and Danish from external class for coming. Third, I would like to thank all the members for coming and some guests here for coming to join us to support us. As I always stress about Toastmasters is that everything here is learning. We went over time, so we learned to have better time management. We are not good at speaking, so we learn to speak. We are not good at hosting, so we take the chance to host. For information, Zujun today is first timer being the host for meeting. So let's give a round of applause. And we have a lot of first time role players here since we have a lot of new members. So again, don't feel bad if you did not do your job well, if you receive criticisms or feedback from comments from the other players, as we are learning from each other's, right? So take it as an experience to improve you next time. Always have your room of improvements. Announcement time. We have the next meeting, not next week, not next 2 weeks, but at 9th of January, 2023. Next week is a holiday. The week after this, also a holiday. So we won't be doing meetings during school holidays. For guests, if you want to learn more about Toastmasters, you can ask any of our members, your friend. You have any announcement for secondary school? Yes, also we have an announcement, a project to secondary school, right? I would like to pass to Lucy.
Hello, Toastmasters. If anyone interested, because I'm the project leader for the secondary school project, we currently would like to go to a secondary school to teach secondary schools children the public speaking skills. We would like to hold a workshop to improve their public speaking skills and confidence level for them. We will also hold the Toastmaster meeting with them. So if anyone interested can try with us. Okay.